We need to extend a payroll tax cut that's set to expire at the end of this month. If we don't do that, 160 million Americans, including most of the people here, will see their taxes go up by an average of $1,000.
Well, the president is pushing it, but do people even know they are getting it? We asked a lot of them.
Did I receive a payroll tax cut? No, I don't believe so.
Why? What's that, for the middle class?
Not fully. I don't completely understand it.
I heard of it, but I'm not really very familiar with it.
I don't believe so.
Trick question.
Do you know what the payroll tax cut is? No.
All right, a caveat here. These were all CNN viewers, so this was a bit skewed, but I'm kidding. Gretchen Hamel, public notice, says this wouldn't happen in D.C. if D.C. was held accountable. Explain.
Well, you know, I think this is coming down to people don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what the payroll tax is. And it kind of reminds me of that episode in Friends where Jennifer Aniston, the character she played, Rachel, opens up her check stub and she's like, who's FICA and why is he taking all my money? Now you have electronic check stubs. People don't see it. People don't understand it. And with $1,000 divided over 52 weeks, it's not a lot of money. So,
but if that money that they planned on getting or thought they were getting or for the last year have been getting, they stopped getting. It's a different issue, isn't it?
It is a completely different issue. But, you know, I think this is one of those debates that we're going to see play out again and again and again until Washington gets its act together and actually has some permanent measures put in place instead of every December wondering what we're going to do next year for taxes.
But what will happen with this? How do you think it will be settled?
You know, I think this will come down to a vote at the last minute into where they will find a way forward on it because they don't want to raise taxes on 160 million Americans. Having said that, the debate boils down to the 2 points that all debates have boiled down to this year, and that's do we tax or do we cut spending?
Who has the better part of that argument?
You know, I think it's cutting spending. I mean, when you're $15 trillion in debt and you're spending like no tomorrow, and every other American has had to cut spending, I think the spending debate wins.
All right, even though the president will say they're denying tax cuts for millions, that is Republicans, to benefit millionaires.
You know, you can't speak out of both mouths, and you can't say that tax cuts are going to create jobs, but on the other hand, pay for it with a tax increase on millionaires who create jobs.
So ultimately, if this goes through, do we then kick the can down the road for the new election to see how the dust settles and we get serious reform or not, or what?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think next year nothing is going to happen, and we're going to wake up in December of 2012 after the elections, and we're going to be having the exact same debate.
But $4 billion a day and added debt in the interim.
It's sad. It's sad. It's where the American public needs to get educated. Like we saw on the street, they're not educated on what's happening in Washington. Until they get educated and they start speaking out, we're not going to see any fundamental reforms or changes.
All right. Good stuff. Well, not good stuff, but it was good having you. Gretchen, thank you very much. Gretchen.